Bitcoin is currently collapsing. Tether is finally showing an upward trend, putting pressure on Bitcoin. I've maintained a bearish view since my previous videos, and today those concerns are becoming a reality. The part I was most concerned about is the 10-year US Treasury yield. It broke through 4.5% today, and I believe it's past a critical threshold. When the 10-year yield jumps, the dollar naturally rises as well. Since a rising dollar negatively impacts stock prices, we're at a point where we must endure a decline, not just in Bitcoin, but also in the Nasdaq and big tech. There's a reason why I don't think this is just a short-term dip, and that's the gap down in the euro. Last Friday, it showed a gap down right at the market open, indicating that the balance between buy and sell orders has completely collapsed to one side. As the balance shifts towards selling, the euro is showing weakness. The reason I'm emphasizing the euro is that the euro and the dollar move in opposite directions. A decline in the euro causes the dollar to rise, and a rising dollar acts as a factor that suppresses the market. If you look at the euro options expiring in June, there's still a massive amount of put options placed. Such large open interest represents positions created by institutions or banks, not individuals. Since individuals can never create such large positions, we must consider why put positions were built specifically on this date and at this price level. There are two events in June that will create significant volatility for the euro. First, the European Central Bank's monetary policy meeting is scheduled for June 11th. Second, the Federal Reserve meeting is coming up on June 16th. This year, the Fed is maintaining a hawkish stance of keeping interest rates high for longer, suggesting no rate cuts or perhaps just one. If June follows the same hawkish trend, the dollar will strengthen and the euro will inevitably face a relative decline. Perhaps as a move to hedge against this trend, there's significant insurance against the downside in options, so prices will remain exposed to downward pressure until the mid-June expiration. In other words, you can view the current weakness of the euro as weakness for Bitcoin. Currently, Tether has stopped its decline and is attempting a bullish reversal. As a long-term Bitcoin investor, I'd love to see it go up, but objectively speaking, it's hard to see a bullish outlook right now. Therefore, I am taking a conservative approach to my investments. Bitcoin still needs more time, and I expect there will be opportunities starting from September of this year. Following the Clarity Act in July, the FOMC meeting in September has the power to create a major trend. In particular, as the narrative around stablecoins is slowly reviving, Bitcoin could emerge strongly as the next generation megatrend narrative. No need to be too disappointed with the current price.